Let me ask you something uncomfortable. Have you ever scrolled through social media, seen people cheering for something utterly destructive, and then realized, with a sinking feeling, that it isn't just them, that deep down you too have sometimes believed, shared, or defended something stupid without even noticing? If that thought makes you uneasy, good, because what I'm about to share with you may hurt a little, but it might also free you. You see, stupidity isn't just about intelligence. It's not about IQ or test scores. Stupidity is something far more sinister, far more contagious, and, if Dietrich Bonhoeffer was right, far more dangerous than evil itself. And here's the uncomfortable truth. You might already be infected. Most of us are trained to fear evil. Evil is clear, intentional, malicious. An evil person wants to cause harm. At least you can recognize it, prepare for it, and fight it. But stupidity? Stupidity is trickier. Stupidity doesn't announce itself. It doesn't look like a villain twirling their mustache. It looks like ordinary people, neighbors, co-workers, maybe even you or me, who slowly become vessels for harmful ideas without realizing it. Bonhoeffer, the German theologian who resisted Hitler, once wrote that stupidity is more dangerous than malice because evil can be confronted and exposed, but stupidity is immune to reason. You cannot argue with it. You cannot persuade it. Logic slides off stupidity like water off glass. Think about that. A malicious person might at least recognize truth and deny it. A stupid person doesn't even see the truth at all. So, how does stupidity work? It begins quietly, in the human craving for belonging. You want to fit in. You don't want to be the outcast, the troublemaker, the one who sees differently. So you silence that inner doubt and go along with the crowd. Psychologists call this groupthink. Nietzsche called it the herd instinct. Plato described it in his allegory of the cave, where prisoners mistake shadows for reality because everyone around them insists the shadows are all that exist. And here's the dangerous twist. Stupidity thrives not in solitude, but in crowds. It grows stronger the more people share it. When a whole group adopts a foolish belief, it feels less risky to believe it too. And soon, the stupid idea becomes untouchable, because to question it is to risk exile. That's why entire societies, even brilliant ones, can descend into madness. Nazi Germany wasn't powered solely by evil masterminds. It was fueled by millions of ordinary, respectable citizens who simply didn't think. Picture this. Citizen A is evil. He knows the government is lying, he knows the policies will destroy lives, and he supports them anyway, because it benefits him. He's corrupt, selfish, malicious. Citizen B is stupid in Bonhoeffer's sense. She doesn't ask too many questions. She repeats what everyone else is saying. She feels safe in agreement, reassured by belonging. Now tell me, who is more dangerous? It's not Citizen A. His evil can be exposed. He can be resisted. It's Citizen B. Because her ignorance, multiplied by millions, becomes the silent weapon that protects and empowers Citizen A. This is what Bonhoeffer saw in Germany. This is what Machiavelli hinted at when he said rulers depend not on their own strength, but on the perception and obedience of the people. This is what we see today, whenever masses defend the very systems that exploit them. Now comes the hard question. How many times have you been Citizen B? How many times have you repeated a slogan because it felt safer than questioning? How many times have you defended a leader, a policy, a tradition, not because you truly understood it, but because everyone else seemed to?
How many times have you silenced your doubts, not out of conviction, but out of fear of standing alone? This isn't just about politics. It's about life. It's about the moments you betray your own judgment just to avoid being left out. And here's the brutal truth. That's how stupidity wins. Not through villains, but through ordinary people surrendering their minds piece by piece.
Philosophers across history tried to warn us. Plato said most people live like prisoners in a cave, mistaking shadows for truth. Nietzsche warned of the herd that crushes individuality, saying, in individuals, madness is rare, but in groups, parties, nations, it is the rule. Machiavelli noted that rulers exploit the masses not by force alone, but by shaping illusions the people gladly accept. Bonhoeffer declared stupidity the most dangerous enemy of truth. And yet, we don't listen. Why? Because the truth is lonely, and loneliness terrifies us more than stupidity does. Think about this. Every civilization that collapsed didn't collapse only because of tyrants. It collapsed because the majority surrendered their responsibility to think. Rome, Nazi Germany, countless others. And what about us? Look at your own life. How many of your beliefs are actually yours? How many are borrowed, inherited, programmed by algorithms? Do you see how terrifying this is? You may already be living someone else's script and thinking it's your own. Now here's the uncomfortable twist. It's not enough to say, well, those people are stupid. Because the moment you believe you are immune is the moment stupidity has already claimed you. Stupidity isn't just out there. It lives in you and me. Every time we stop questioning, every time we value comfort over truth, every time we let fear of rejection silence us. Evil may be external, but stupidity? Stupidity is a choice we make, again and again, often without noticing. So how do you resist? Not by becoming cynical, not by hating the herd, not by believing you are smarter than everyone else. That's just another trap, the Dunning-Kruger effect in disguise. The real resistance begins in humility. It begins when you admit, I too can be stupid, I too can be blind. And then you fight, not with anger, but with courage. The courage to pause before sharing that post, the courage to question the comforting story, the courage to risk being the only one in the room who sees differently. It won't make you popular, it won't make you comfortable, but it might make you free. Bonhoeffer was executed for standing against stupidity. His words cost him his life, and yet they echo to us today with chilling relevance. The power of one clear word is stronger than all the noise of crowds. So here's the challenge I leave you with. The next time you catch yourself repeating what everyone believes, stop. Ask, do I truly believe this? Or am I just afraid of thinking for myself? Because stupidity isn't just a social problem.